There are mornings when you look in the mirror and suddenly realize you're not quite the same as before, not because of a new wrinkle or a darker spot, but because your gaze has softened, as if something inside you has been quiet for a long time. After 60, skin is no longer just skin. It becomes a mirror of your inner life. Each wrinkle tells a story. Each dry patch whispers, "Please listen to me for a moment." Have you ever felt like you've stopped taking care of yourself the way you used to? That meals are now just for fullness, not for beauty? That your skin perhaps doesn't matter anymore? But you know what? What you eat today could be what your skin will thank you for tomorrow. You don't need expensive creams or luxurious treatments. Just a few gentle changes in your daily meals, and you may awaken a vitality you thought was long gone. A fruit as soft as velvet might make you feel as if you're being tenderly caressed from within. A spoonful of tiny seeds could revive the skin that once flaked and cracked. And something you once thought was too fatty for old age might actually be the very nutrient your skin has been silently craving. Maybe you've heard of these foods before, but today you'll hear about them in a whole new way, through the stories of people just like you who once felt weary and are now quietly glowing again. Stay with us until the end of the video, because the last food will surprise you, not because it's expensive or rare, but because it's always been there in your everyday meals. You just haven't looked at it with eyes of love. And if you're over 60, leave a number 1 below to let us know you're here, that you're listening to your skin once again. And if you're about to enter that age, leave a 0 to begin your journey with all the gentleness it deserves. Because after all, aging doesn't make us less beautiful. It's only when we stop listening to our bodies that we truly begin to fade. Avocado. Soft as a memory, gentle as your skin. There is a fruit that, once sliced open, releases a subtle fragrance. Rich, creamy, velvety, as if someone's hand is gently soothing a skin that hasn't been caressed in a very long time. That fruit is avocado. For the younger crowd, avocados were once misunderstood as too fatty. But after 60, that very fat, monounsaturated fat, becomes a wonderful companion for skin that longs to be cared for. Did you know? Dryness, wrinkles, and loss of elasticity in the skin aren't just signs of aging. They often come from quiet, unnoticed deficiencies in your daily diet. And avocado, with its abundance of vitamin E, lutein, and a small amount of omega-3, can gently fill in those gaps. Judith, a 68-year-old woman, once shared, "I never thought avocado could change my skin. But after eating it for breakfast, 3 times a week, I noticed, my hands stopped flaking, my face no longer felt tight at noon. It felt like my skin could finally breathe again." Her story is far from the only one. Many older adults who once overlooked avocados, thinking they were just a trendy food for the young, have come back and now call it the natural moisturizer of old age. Avocados aren't fussy. Just mash one up, sprinkle a bit of salt, squeeze in some fresh lemon juice, and you've got a dish that's both delicious and soothing to the body. You can also spread it on toast, toss it in salads, or pair it with yogurt. What matters isn't how you prepare it, but how it makes you feel. When you eat avocado, you're sending a message to your body. I still care about you. Because sometimes the renewal of your skin doesn't come from luxurious treatments, but from a soft piece of avocado in the morning when the first sunlight peeks gently through your window. So tell me, how long has it been since you last ate a piece of avocado slowly, as if you were softly stroking your very own soul? Salmon, a gift from the ocean for aging. Skin, there are foods that don't just nourish the body, they comfort the soul. For older adults, salmon is one such food. Gentle, profound, and carrying a quiet promise of skin renewed. Unlike other types of fish, Salmon seems to bring with it a warm, flowing current, rich in healthy omega-3 fats, clean protein, zinc, and especially astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant often described as a soft shield for the skin against time and sunlight. When we were younger, we ate fish to stay strong. But at this age, we eat salmon to preserve what still shines gently on our faces. The skin around the eyes, the corners of the lips, where countless smiles have passed. Paul, a 71-year-old man, once shared that he had to use medicated creams because the skin around his eyes was too dry and red. But just 3 months after adding salmon to his meals weekly, he smiled and said, "I looked in the mirror and saw my eyes were smiling again." Salmon doesn't just soften the skin, it reduces silent inflammation within the cells, stimulates collagen production, and helps prevent aging from deep inside. Areas of the skin that once looked dull and wrinkled can slowly become brighter, smoother, without the need for cosmetics. You can grill it, steam it, or lightly pan-sear it with a touch of lemon and dill. There's no need for anything fancy. What matters is setting aside 1 day a week just to tell your body, "I choose to heal from within." If avocado is a soft, nourishing fat, then salmon is a gentle wave. They don't work like magic, but quietly restore cells worn thin by time. So today, if you've never tried salmon, or it's been a long time, try a small slice. And as you savor it, imagine your skin being quietly bathed in tender, silent love. Almonds, small but steadfast, just like you. There are things in life so small that people often overlook them. A kind inquiry, a tender glance, or a handful of almonds resting quietly in your palm. Yet sometimes it's those very little things that help us hold on to our softness as time rushes swiftly by. Almonds, so simple, so unassuming, are a quiet companion to the skin after 60. Each tiny nut holds vitamin E, healthy fats, antioxidants, and even the memories of a time when we laughed more and lived more gently. Did you know? Vitamin E doesn't just protect skin from the harm of sunlight, pollution, and aging. It also helps retain moisture, boost elasticity, and defend against the dryness that comes knocking every morning as we wake. Linda, a 66-year-old woman, once complained that she couldn't sleep well at night because of dry, itchy skin, as if her body were asking for something. After adding almonds to her afternoon snacks just 2 weeks later, she shared, "I no longer wake up scratching in the middle of the night. My skin isn't rough anymore. It feels soothed, as if someone had gently calmed it." You don't need many almonds, just 7 to 10 each day, and you're offering your skin a soft shield to quietly defend against the slow, invisible effects of age and the environment. You can eat them plain, soak them before eating, or sprinkle them over yogurt or oatmeal. With every chew, it's as if you're whispering to yourself, "I choose to live with grace," even in something as simple as this. Because sometimes the beauty of aging isn't found in grand things, but in a quiet handful of almonds every day, not because anyone reminded you, but because you remembered. Blueberries, a gentle shade of purple that cradles the skin. Quietly, some things in life don't need to be loud to be remembered. Like a faint scent lingering in an old kitchen, or the deep, quiet purple of a few blueberries in a morning bowl of yogurt. Blueberries, small and seemingly unremarkable, are in fact a natural shield against premature skin aging. Rich in anthocyanins, vitamin C, vitamin A, and an abundance of antioxidants, they help prevent cellular damage, restore collagen, and gently ease the signs of time. In our youth, we could walk into sunlight without a second thought. But after 60, the skin starts to protest under harsh light. Dark spots appear, dry patches form, each one whispering, "You've forgotten something." Judith, a woman living alone in a peaceful countryside cottage, once planted a small blueberry bush behind her house. Each morning, she'd pick a few berries, drop them into yogurt, and say, "They feel like soft morning light on my skin. Not blinding, just warm. You don't need many. Just a handful a day, fresh or frozen, is enough for your body to absorb the goodness." Blueberries are quiet, but strong, capable of neutralizing free radicals, those silent culprits that sap life from the skin. Let a little purple find its way into your meals, not just because it looks beautiful, but because it's a gentle reminder. You are still lovely. You are still worthy of tenderness. Blueberries won't make you look 10 years younger, but they might help you see in the mirror a softness in your gaze that never really left. Tomatoes, little suns that nourish the skin from within. Some foods don't need much color, because they are the sunshine on your simple plate each day. Tomatoes are one of those foods. Each ripe tomato is like a tiny sun, carrying within it the red-orange glow of vitality, youthfulness, and a quiet, deep nourishment for the skin. You've probably eaten tomatoes all your life, in soups, salads, or juices, but maybe you've never seen them as a silent companion helping your skin resist the pull of time. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that slows aging, protects the skin from sunlight and pollution. They also contain vitamins C, A, and E, which naturally brighten skin, improve tone, and enhance elasticity. Mr. Pooh, age 72, once suffered from dry, sun-damaged cheeks. He said, "I started eating 1 tomato a day, raw, not cooked, not juiced, just sliced and eaten as is. 2 months later, I could walk under the sun without feeling that sting. My face wasn't as dark as before." Tomatoes can be eaten raw, sautéed, juiced, or turned into sauce. But perhaps the most effective way is simply eating 1 small raw tomato a day. Simple, quiet, and full of the same kindness you offer to yourself. You don't need expensive creams. Just 1 tomato a day, and you've given your body a gentle, silent ticket to skin renewal. Because sometimes, radiance doesn't come from looking young, but from the feeling that you are cared for, that you are still glowing in your own true way. And when you place a ripe tomato on your morning plate, remember this: I can't stop time, but I can choose how I move through it, with softer skin and a warmer heart. Green tea, as gentle as a touch on tired skin. Some mornings all you need is something simple: a quiet moment, a warm cup of tea, and the feeling that you're still being looked after. Green tea doesn't make a scene. It doesn't jolt like coffee, nor demand attention. But within that softness is a quiet strength to restore both your skin and spirit. Green tea contains catechins, potent antioxidants that reduce inflammation, protect cells, and slow skin aging. It also boosts circulation, detoxifies the liver, and brings a natural brightness to the skin from within. Have you ever noticed? On days when you live slowly, worry less, your skin feels calmer, less dry, less dull. Maybe that's because when the soul is at peace, the skin breathes easier. Mrs. Lone, age 69, once swapped her morning coffee for a light cup of green tea. After 2 months, she said, "I don't know if it's just coincidence, but my face feels calmer. The redness on my cheeks has faded, and my eyes are less puffy in the morning." You don't need strong tea. Just a warm cup each day, in the soft quiet of morning or the golden tilt of afternoon, is enough to give your body rest, clarity, and renewal. Brewing tea becomes a gentle ritual, not out of formality, but to remind yourself that you are worth this moment. Green tea won't make you younger overnight, but it can help you live more fully in the age you are. And maybe that is beauty. Start with 1 cup, a soft sunset, and a whispered message to yourself: I can still be beautiful in the gentlest way. Chia seeds, tiny, quiet, and steady. Just like you. There are things in life so small, you might miss them entirely unless you pay attention. A spoonful of chia seeds is one of them. They're tiny, tasteless, colorless, easily overlooked. But once inside the body, they go quietly to work, retaining moisture in the skin, boosting elasticity, smoothing fine lines, and nourishing from within. After 60, the body gradually loses its ability to stay hydrated. Skin becomes dry, flaky, less firm, but instead of reaching for heavy creams, sometimes just one spoonful of chia a day can make all the difference. Chia seeds are rich in plant-based omega-3s, fiber, protein, calcium, and zinc, nutrients that support heart health and keep skin supple and strong. Mr. Hai, age 75, lived alone in a small city apartment. His hands cracked badly in winter. Even holding things hurt. His niece suggested he add a spoonful of chia to almond milk each morning. 3 weeks later, he said, "My hands are soft again. I can wash dishes, write, and they no longer feel like dry paper. Sprinkle chia on porridge, yogurt, smoothies, or stir into warm water and wait a few minutes to drink. Chia seeds make no noise. They just quietly enter your body and do their work, nourishing bit by bit, every single day. And in a world that moves too fast, a spoonful of chia is a small act of slow living, of living for yourself. You don't need much, just consistency. Because sometimes true healing doesn't come from loud changes, but from small, quiet things done with love. Yogurt, gentle, like an old friend. Always there. Some foods don't need praise or promotion. They're just there. Quiet companions in your daily meals, like a dear friend you've long forgotten. Yogurt is one of those foods. For older adults, yogurt isn't just dessert. It's a gentle remedy for a digestive system no longer as strong as before, a natural source of probiotics that balance gut health, and above all, a key to skin healing from within. When digestion improves, the body absorbs nutrients better, hormones find balance, and skin gradually glows again. Not in a way that makes you look young, but in a way that feels clean and peaceful from the inside. Mrs. Hua, age 65, once dealt with breakouts on her chin and dullness around her mouth. Her doctor said it was due to digestive imbalance and mild stress. After her daughter suggested it, she began eating a small cup of yogurt every afternoon. In just a month, her skin calmed down, felt smoother, and her mood became more stable. Yogurt contains zinc, calcium, and B vitamins, nutrients essential for cell renewal, soothing inflammation, and preventing aging. Enjoy it with fruit, sprinkle with chia, or have it alone in the late afternoon, when the sun begins to fade and your heart softens too. You may think yogurt is just a small thing, but sometimes it's the small things done daily that show the deepest love for yourself. You don't need a complicated diet. Just a cool spoonful of yogurt in quiet, to listen to your body and whisper, "I still care. I still want to feel well, and I still deserve to be beautiful." Papaya. Soft and sweet, like an old gift that never went out. Of stylesome foods we've known since childhood become so familiar we stop noticing them. But then one day, when the body speaks up, we suddenly realize it's the simple things we need the most. Papaya is one of those gifts. Not as dazzling as blueberries, not as luxurious as salmon, but papaya quietly nourishes skin, digestion, and the spirit of growing older. Papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that gently exfoliates, aids digestion, improves nutrient absorption, and in doing so, feeds the skin from within. It's also rich in vitamins A, C, E, and beta-carotene, essential nutrients that brighten the skin, improve elasticity, and fade dark spots. Mr. Min, age 73, had dark patches on his neck and cheeks. A friend from his wellness class suggested he eat a few slices of papaya each afternoon. After a few weeks, his skin softened and brightened. His grandchild even said, "Grandpa, you look less tired these days." Papaya needs no fancy preparation. Just let it ripen naturally, slice it thin, and enjoy it slowly, while reading, listening to music, or watching the sunset. You'll feel something inside calm down. Not just your skin, but your memories. 2. Papaya reminds us of a time when we believed simple things were valuable. And today, as age teaches us to slow down, we finally see simplicity is the most lasting treasure. Try a slice each day, not to look younger, but to reconnect with yourself gently, honestly, and kindly. We've just journeyed through 9 familiar foods, from creamy avocado to tender slices of papaya. Each one not only nourishes the body but offers a quiet act of love to yourself. After 60, skincare is no longer about cosmetics or beauty clinics. It becomes the truest reflection of your inner life. How you eat, how you rest, and how kindly you treat yourself. Aging isn't what makes us look old. What truly ages us is when we stop listening to our bodies, ignore our emotions, and neglect the smallest needs of our soul. Dry, dark, wrinkled skin doesn't just take away outward radiance. It slowly dims your spirit, and if left too long, it disconnects you from yourself. But you know what? Change doesn't have to be grand. It can begin with one small step: a spoon of chia in the morning, a cup of yogurt in the afternoon, a slice of salmon each week, a cup of green tea at sunset. The things that seem ordinary hold extraordinary power, and you don't need to be young again. You just need to return to yourself, a deeper, gentler, more fulfilled version of you. Today, if this video brought you comfort, please hit subscribe so we can continue this journey with you, with soft stories, gentle advice, and reflections for life after 60. If any food in this video inspired you to try it first, leave its name in the comments, or simply leave a if your heart feels a little softer after listening. You're not just caring for your skin. You're offering yourself the love you've always deserved. And that love will show others that, at any age, we can still live beautifully, meaningfully, and fully. Thank you for listening all the way to the last word. Thank you for choosing gentleness in a world full of noise. And if today your heart feels tired, remember, sometimes one kind meal is enough to heal an entire day. True beauty doesn't lie in age. It lives in the way you gently hold yourself, each day, a little at a time. Not hurried, but enough to shine in your very own season.